Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Photographers Finding New Ways to Figure Out how not to lose their fangs while drinking shots of Fireball, all while finger blasting their ferrets in flip-flops. Uncle Gary found it in his Faraday bag that he finally has a way to fly off the grid, never to be found again, episode of the Days Grimm. My name is Brian Michael Day.
My name is Thomas Grimm.
And my name is Drew Head.
Dang, dude, look who's back!
Back in the stew.
Back!
It's been a little bit.
Dude, have you ever heard that song by Aerosmith, Back in the Saddle Again?
I don't know. I was thinking Back in Black.
There's a song by Aerosmith. Well, so Steve Tyler has a song where it's like, back in the saddle again. That's you, man. You're back in the saddle again.
Probably heard it, yeah.
How does it feel? How does it feel to be back with your family?
Well, I'm in a different seat. It's a little weird.
I've kind of gotten accustomed to being over here.
Tom had insisted on that, and I was like, what, you're going to take Drew out of his element? And he was like, well, we're like interviewing Drew today. I was like, okay, all right, that's fair, I guess. So what's up, man? How you been?
I've been pretty good. I'm working a lot. We've been pretty busy over at Copper House. We were fucking slammed last night. I got my shit rocked.
I feel like Franklin in general was just fucking bumping yesterday.
I almost thought yesterday was Friday, and I was like, well, Franklin Fridays, but...
Which was weird because it was so fucking cold yesterday.
Yeah, like, usually January and February are, like, dead months for restaurants, but we've stayed pretty busy, which is good, but it's fucking exhausting.
Dude, I told you I went to Amy's for the first time and ate that infamous Jeremiah's hot chicken.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, but dude, we got there right as soon as Amy's opened at 4. So for those of you that have not been and you don't know, they don't open until 4, but we got there right at 4 and there was only like 4 tables left open. It was insane.
I mean,
Franklin was popping.
Yeah, it's been pretty busy. I think it's there's been a lot of like high school sporting event type things, so people go out to eat after those, and then Lamasco just like reopened with the new owners, so that's been like bringing people
Lamasco's?
in. It's still called Lamasco, at least for now. I don't know if they're gonna change it, but
do we know the owner? Are they local?
I don't know who bought it.
He's not from here, but he's like a good chef. Like I went
so
the
he's
other
a chef.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I went the other night and got this like grilled octopus, which I'd never had. It looks a little crazy, but it's so good.
I think anything with octopus looks a little crazy. Even calamari, which is just squid, kind of looks a little crazy sometimes.
Isn't calamari just the little suckers off of the squid?
It's like the legs, I think.
The only calamari I've ever had is deep fried, and they're like little rings. And somebody told me it's the suckers off of the legs.
The other, I mean, even when you get it in the rings, you get like the small ones that has like the
little
in the
little
head.
baby squid. Yeah.
I fucked those up.
That's fucking disgusting.
No, but
but I've had it before. It is pretty good.
There's some big shit happening on Franklin,
dude. It is, man. So
like Jeremiah just took over Amy's.
I'm pretty sure we're allowed to talk about that.
Yeah, rebrand.
That's been
soon.
announced.
Oh yeah, he made a Facebook post about it, or an IG post.
I think they've been doing this for a while, but they like make their own ketchup and they're selling bottles of it. And my coworker,
small batch,
my coworker bought some and I tried it. It's so good.
Yeah, their ketchup's
I was hesitant about it because
I usually don't really like ketchup, but it's so good.
It's also like a sweet ketchup.
Yeah, and it was soupy, and I was like, I don't know, like the viscosity is just like thin. And like for my ketchup, I like to be hearty and thick.
Yeah, you like those preservatives.
Yeah, I like that.
That's basically what makes it so
I want plastic in my ketchup. You know what I'm saying? That really holds the bind together. But no, I was hesitant about it when I ate there Saturday. So I dipped my fries in it. Oh, fuck, it's so good.
How was hot air ballooning?
Yeah, you know, it was a blast.
Oh, God.
In Thailand, how was that?
Thailand,
Film
I don't know
shoot.
if I can legally talk about that.
I don't know if it's out in the public yet, but
Yeah.
we did a death of the week about so we talked a little bit a few weeks ago about Thailand and the film industry there, and like this guy fucking died because there was like an action scene where he's hanging out of a car and a helicopter flies over with a rope ladder, and he's supposed to grab onto the rope ladder and plant both feet and both hands on the ladder, and then the car pulls away and he takes off on the helicopter, right?
Yeah.
Well, this actor got a hold of the ladder, lost his grip with his other hand, never locked his feet in, and then the car took away. So he's just dangling on this ladder with one hand.
The helicopter's going up, and he falls off.
And he falls to his fucking death.
Yeah, there's definitely supposed to be like safety precautions there.
Thailand is doing it different, dude. Thailand is doing it different.
And then the week after that, a guy was on and flying a hot air balloon and came in too hot and hit a power line, and it tipped the basket over and killed everybody.
One almost made it.
Yeah, one almost made it.
One almost made it.
I feel like the code is unrelated but necessary to the story.
Right.
Yeah, it is not pertinent information, but you for sure want to bring it up.
Yeah.
Right.
That toxicology test.
I wouldn't be shocked. And dude, another thing, the fun fact that we found out talking about hot air balloons, did you know that they were invented in like the 1700s?
I did not, but I mean, I guess it adds up.
We learned that together.
And they used them in the Civil War.
Yeah, for reconnaissance.
How fucking sneaky can you be in a hot air balloon?
That's what we said. Tom said something.
Do you think they were like the fucking rainbow ones that you see around now? Just bright as shit.
Tom said something about dogfighting in a hot air balloon, so they just had muskets pointing out the side of their fucking basket.
It's wild times.
So we've had some fun, even though we've been missing our Drew. But that being said, yeah, dude. So you know how this goes, Drew. We're gonna roll into this week's Death of the Week. Go ahead and spin it up, King.
The Death of the Week.
This week's Death of the Week brought to you by caffeine, nicotine, and our alcohol addiction. Here we go. It is gbnews.com. That is Great Britain's news channel, I guess. I don't fucking know. All right. Anyways, so here we go. When was this written? Do you have a date on this? No, of course we don't. No frame of reference.
Oh, no.
Oh, here we go. Okay. This was published by Oliver Trapnell, November 2023, so just recently. Okay, so here we go. Australian pilot and cameraman die in plane crash while filming, quote, Any Fool Can Fly TV series. Oh, man. Here we go. A pilot and a cameraman have been confirmed dead after their jet crashed into water while filming a documentary teaching people how to fly planes with no experience. Pilot and filmmaker were reported missing after two light S211 Marchetti planes collided mid-air. That sentence had me off guard, sorry. One of the former military jets crashed into Port Phillip Bay near Mount Martha on Sunday afternoon, with Victoria Police confirming human remains were found inside the plane. The other plane sparked a mayday call but landed safely at Essendon Airport, with police interviewing the pilot of said plane. In a statement confirming human remains had been found, officers said, quote, They are believed to be the missing occupants of the plane, a 56-year-old Brunswick man and a 30-year-old Surrey Hills man, end quote. And were believed to be filming a documentary series that aimed to teach people how to fly who currently have no experience. The purposed documentary series was originally called Any Fool Can Fly before being renamed to Jet School. Was previously a pilot with the Royal Australian Air Force and was the owner of the two jets involved in the crash. Scroll back up a little bit. This is here, looks like. Scroll back down. In a heartbreaking post, one of the novice pilots involved in the series, Tommy Little, paid tribute to and offered his condolences to his widow and young son. He wrote on social media, quote, This week I lost one of my closest mates. This week. Oh, that's fun. Let's do that. This week I lost one of my closest mates, me mentor, and me sidekick in the sky. To put it bluntly, is most intelligent man I've ever met in my entire life. And our relationship was perfect example of when opposites attract. I'm not going to continue to do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was pirate or Australian.
An inventor, and then again, continuing on in the quote, an inventor, an adventurer, and a heart of gold. He was a real life Tony Stark. Fucking doubt it. But with a flying suit instead of an iron one. His love for aviation.
And then these are the type of planes
was
that you
unparalleled.
mispronounced.
Yeah, the Manchetti or the
There's the
Marchetti.
There's the two.
Oh, that's so romantic.
But yeah, essentially the planes collided into one another, but one was still Gucci.
I mean, so
Was my Australian accent that bad?
there was
It got a little dicey.
it got a little dicey. Certain words like life.
Life.
That's a really good word to say with an Australian accent.
Life. Hey, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Mate.
I think it's why the fuck were they making a documentary teaching
Fucking regular people how to fly.
teaching people who don't know how to fly? Like, you need a license for that and like training. Why are they
You
doing
need a
that?
license for that, dude.
Well, maybe. I mean, maybe they're teaching people that have missing limbs or midgets, you know?
They're being more inclusive, gentlemen.
Yeah, you don't have to know how to fly a plane.
Did you hear about that? I don't remember if you were here
I
for
sent
that.
the article in the group message.
Yeah, so
I
now
didn't read it.
who's headlining? Or well, the federal government is making airlines essentially be more inclusive. This is per Fox News, of course. But as one-sided as the conversation may be, I think we looked up some of the. No, it's the FAA. I think. Federal Aeronautics and Aviation. Right? Aviation and air. But either way, the president basically came out and said, hey, the FFA is now required to be more inclusive, so they're hiring midgets and people with one arms. And people that have severe paralysis or total paralysis, and also psychosis is included as well.
See,
I mean, it's fucking, you can't
okay.
make...
They include hearing, vision, missing extremities, partial paralysis, complete paralysis, epilepsy, severe intellectual disability, psychiatric disability, and dwarfism.
Yeah.
Some of those work better for flying a plane than others.
100%.
A deaf person, absolutely. You can fly a plane.
Dwarfism, I'm on board. They save space on the plane.
Get you some little
people.
Well, I wasn't going to say that. Get some like stilts so you can. Well, they don't have gas pedals. So you control it with the.
You get the cloggers on their feet with like the fucking.
Yeah, I was thinking a plane operates how a
do,
car does.
Some planes have the pedals and that controls your wing tilts.
It's yaw. It controls your yaw and your tilt. Yeah.
See, the complete paralysis.
Not great.
I feel like they can be a co-pilot. They can sit there.
Just fucking.
You can.
Could you imagine
ride along?
Being a co-pilot?
Yeah,
you just have to read gauges. You know what I mean?
If that's your like life's dream, and the FAA is making it come true, sick.
Sick.
Let me know though, because maybe don't. I'll take a different flight.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna have to start peeking in the cockpit before. You know, what's this pilot look like? I'm gonna have to start doing drugs before I get on a plane. If that's gonna be the case, they're handing out Xanaxes or Valiums before every flight. I'm gonna have to get a script for something, dude, because I'm not gonna make it if I see a dwarf up there.
Hey, this is your captain speaking.
Or like,
you know
how people that are deaf, they talk kind of weird, and it's like, they come over the intercom and you just unbuckle and get up.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. Speaking of people with deficiencies, fun fact, I just finished Adam by Ted Decker, and there's a really fun mention about, they talk about near-death experiences. It's a fiction book, but I looked into a little bit about near-death experiences with people that are completely blind, right? You just call it ND. Oh, you're looking up Ted Decker. It's 2 Ks, Ted Decker, K-K-E-R. But anyways, he's a good dude. He's a Christian writer. I like his stuff. He's very suspenseful. He looks like he kind of looks like Garth Brooks when he started doing rock and roll.
He looks like he would be one of the hosts of the show Ghost Hunters.
Go.
Ghost Adventures.
Can you do Ted Decker? No, go to the search bar. Go Ted Decker versus Chris Gaines and see what pictures pop up. Go to images. I guarantee you there's something.
I don't think Ted Decker is famous enough to have comparison.
Damn. To comparison. Doesn't he look like when Garth Brooks went to Chris Gaines?
Sure. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Search Chris Gaines.
He kind of looks like Billy Joe Armstrong.
Now you're going to make me look like an asshole. Search Chris Gaines. I got to see a picture of him now so you guys can both agree with me. Chris Gaines is whenever...
Oh, yeah.
when Garth Brooks tried to do rock and roll.
He looks like fucking Ben Stiller in Zoolander.
Dude. Shout out to Chris Gaines, man. That dude's for sure a serial killer. But anyways, no, they talk about people with deficiencies with near-death experiences, specifically the blind in that book, and people that were born completely blind. This blew my mind. There are people that were born completely blind their entire lives, and then when they had a near-death experience and then were brought back or resuscitated or whatever, they could explain the things they saw in the room, objects, tables, tangible items, and they described the things in the room that they died in. Really fucking weird shit. Isn't that weird?
Maybe it's like astral projection. They their soul leaves their body, but then they get brought back.
But they've never.
But their soul isn't blind.
They've never seen anything.
I don't know.
But they could explain shapes and yeah.
Take
dude.
LSD and they're not seeing. They're probably having hallucinations visually of colors and shit.
I don't know, but if you've never seen a color, you know what I mean? That shit is really cool to me. I think I'm going to dive into some clinical articles on...
You think you're going to go blind and do LSD?
I would check it out.
No, so basically this article that we looked up, what do blind people see when they take LSD? The 70-year-old blind rocker from the 1970s, he was born blind, and he said... I never had any visual images come to me as I can't see or imagine what light or dark may look like, but he told researchers under the influence of LSD, sounds felt unique, listening to music felt more immersed in being immersed in a waterfall. So I mean I guess the other senses feel different.
Yeah, that's yeah, because they have heightened other senses like feel
Daredevil.
and smell and hearing. So all that's got to be under the influence of something like D or or something. That's got to be intensified.
Speaking of blind people, what do you think blind speed dating is like? Are they lined up kind of like Zipper and they fill the face, boobs, ass, next person, face, boobs, ass, next person?
Yeah, just imagine what that's like.
Or they could talk,
Yeah, but how do you know what the other person...
Well, it's not like they're going to see him, so does it really matter? But they probably pat him on the shoulder, feel him out a little.
Would you pay money to watch an episode or a season of Love is Blind with actual blind people?
Yeah, that should be a spinoff.
Yeah, because they're doing the one with people that have the TISM.
Yeah, Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah. But
I've seen clips from that.
It's
pretty good.
Great.
It's so good.
It's not great.
I love it.
I feel like it's exploiting the individuals, though.
Well,
they're making money
to an
off
extent,
of it.
but
no, and I'm not the most sensitive guy in the room. You guys know that. I say retard often, but my point is what I'm saying is that I've watched a couple of them, and I'm like, man, this is lowbrow.
yeah, but
even
also
for me,
the people on that show are high functioning. They have high functioning autism. So if they didn't want to do it, they'd just not do it.
I still don't dig it.
They're adults.
I don't dig it. I'm not a fan, but I like the Love is Blind thing. Do a speed dating situation. I'd be into that. I'd watch the whole season.
Right.
Because I feel like they have their wherewithal, total will. You know what I mean?
Have you ever
blind?
Have you ever seen The Bachelor? Or well, more specifically,
The Rose?
The Golden Bachelor.
Oh, the MILFs?
The Golden Bachelor. I watched it with my girlfriend. It's so good.
Yeah.
Dude,
I love a MILF. Who doesn't?
This Gary is fucking heartthrob.
Is he?
Yeah.
He kind of
Fuck
looks like
Teresa,
a stud.
though.
Are they all older people?
Yeah, they're all cougars.
They're all 60 plus.
Nice.
Oh damn, that's past MILF. That's
so. Let's
Some of them
rewind
are
the clock
little...
to 5 weeks ago, Drew.
What happened?
So you were out of town, and then you were out of town, and then it was my turn. So I went out of town.
Yeah.
And
For
then
5 weeks.
I just
I'm joking.
kept being out of town.
Yeah.
So you got to go to a film convention of sorts?
Well, so it was a photography convention. It's called Imaging USA. It's put on by PPA, the Professional Photographers of America, I think.
Oh, tight. Do you have to pay to be a member of that?
Yes, but I had the student rate, so I just had to pay to be a member of PPA, but I could get into the convention for free.
That's
Usually it's
fucking
like
sick.
hundreds of dollars, but
That's sick.
there was some really cool like talks with well-known photographers like Lindsay Adler. Do you know who that is?
I have no idea.
She does like a lot of tutorials on YouTube and specifically with like pro photo lights and
Lindsay
shit.
Adler?
Yeah,
But
Lindsay
she's like a
Adler.
lighting, setting up environment. Like she goes over all that.
Yeah, and she does. If you look her up, she has really cool photos. But hers was probably the best one that I went to. But there was a bunch of
It's Adler, right?
yeah. Yeah, but there was that, and then there was like a expo convention thing where there's a bunch of photo like brands like Canon, Nikon, Profoto, Nuir, like they all had booths, and you could go, and some of them had like models with lights set up, so you could just go and hook your camera up to the trigger, like the transmitter for the lights, and just shoot. And then
like your personal camera.
yeah,
Oh, that's tight.
and then
Yeah, so a lot of these photography conventions, Brian, like if you go, there's several of them, and they do that. Like they have somebody that talks, and then you can break out to like little groups, and there's like little modules, and like each one's like a different, like a wedding setup, or like the crazy lights, or and then like you get to interact with it, and
That's
then you get
fucking
your
sick.
own images.
yeah, which
to play
like
around.
if you go to my photography Instagram, Drewhead Media, I think I posted that I shot there. Yeah, that middle top one.
Oh,
that was at
man.
the Profoto booth.
Is this just like a model?
Yeah.
So she's not like a photographer.
No, she was just those are just the people
That's
I was
fine.
on the trip with.
Oh, okay.
But
She's very pretty.
yeah,
That's a very nice shot. Like the sequence and the how the light's bouncing off the sequins, but she's wearing that super dark. Yeah, I like that a lot.
yeah, but that was a cool experience. There's some interesting things that happened on that trip.
Oh, buddy. So let's get into the fucking recreational activities that went down. Because you fucking texted us. You texted us and you were like, I can't really talk right now. We're going out for drinks or something. So what happened that night? Because you basically left us on red for a while.
On Sunday night, there was an opening night party. And so we went to that, and that was great. There was like live music, and people were dancing, and somehow someone who was on the trip who was not 21
Nice.
got alcohol. I had nothing to do with that.
No affiliation.
But then later in the night, it turned into an open bar, and they didn't card. So she went up and got more drinks, and I could tell she was pretty wasted.
Yeah.
But then a bunch of people decided that they were going to go to Play, the nightclub in Louisville,
the gay bar in Louisville,
and it's like
sick.
they have like drag performances and
Okay.
shit.
yeah, offered me money to do the deed with her there.
Interesting. But they decided they were going to go to Play, and they're like sitting outside waiting for their Uber, and this girl is hitting her pen.
Oh, no.
Like dab pen, and I'm like,
That's all it took.
I literally said to her, I was like, "Are you sure that's a good idea?"
Speaking
if
from
you're-"
experience here.
And she's like, "No, I'll be fine. I smoke all the time. It's like, I'm fine." It's not fine. They got to Play, and within 3 minutes of being there, she went up to a friend and was like, "I gotta go to the bathroom." They make it to the bathroom. She's like holding her mouth. As soon as she gets in the door, throws up, and then she slips on her throw up So then she face plants. And at first, she didn't realize that what had happened. So she was just like, I'm fine. But then she realized that she knocked her fucking teeth out. Like, she broke one of them in half, like at the root, at the like nerve. And then the other one was like diagonally broken. So they basically just left after that, because like, and then this girl went home that night, and I kind of feel, I know she's never gonna listen to this, but I kind of feel bad talking about it. But I'm not saying her names.
Yeah, no, we're not
talking shit. I feel bad for her, but
no, that's bro.
Dude, we did a Death of the Week in last week's episode where somebody was going to a Twilight film convention or Comic-Con, and she tripped and fell into the side of a Subaru and busted her head open and died.
A fucking Subaru of all vehicles. The safest car on the market. Killed a fucking 56-year-old.
Isn't there slogan like "Find love in a Subaru" or some shit?
Yeah, and she was
doesn't sound very loving.
She was old too. She was old. She was like in her 50s.
But did you learn like a lot of cool stuff at that convention?
Yeah, I have like a basic understanding of lighting, and I have for a while, but I had mostly used like continuous lights and just like basic 3-point lighting up until now. But most of the talks that I went to were around like focused around lighting, and there was one where it's talking about like all the stuff you can do with just a plain white or gray backdrop. You can make it any color you want with gels. You can use like cinefoil or just flag the lights and put like shadows and shit. It was really cool. And then
you said you've been using the standard like 3-point lighting for a long time, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
And there was one that was like creating atmosphere with lights, and this guy did the demo on stage, and he basically had a model up there, and then built this scene where he was on stage, and he was trying to make it look like she was in a car and it was raining. And so he had this like piece of plexiglass that he sprayed water on, and then he had like the crowd hold up their phone flashlights to look like city lights. It was really cool. But yeah, I did a shoot just the other day, kind of trying to play around with some shit that I learned there, and I think it came out really well. I haven't posted them yet.
You haven't posted them?
I can show you.
You can just text him. Text him to the group.
I'll text him.
We'll pull him up. But that's interesting though, because like I really do feel like one of the things that we talk about the most with photographers that come on the show, and Tom, you can attest to this. Did you text him? Text him over. One of the things.
Two of them.
One of the things they talk about the most, I feel like, when we talk to any photographer, like, hey, what's the number one thing that you would teach somebody new to photography? And it's almost always lighting.
Lighting just plays a huge role.
It's almost always lighting.
Yeah,
like, there's just so much it sounds like you can do with it.
You at the very least have to have the basic understanding of it, because I had
nice
two models, my girlfriend and this kid Jameis that's in one of my classes, and I had fake blood, so I just poured it all over him, and
that's gothic as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I really like them.
That's fucking metal.
I have a couple more, but I was doing it for a portrait assignment in my studio lighting class.
Well, that's like when you go to college for photography. So like, they teach you about continuous lighting, but not necessarily.
Well,
God bless you.
Thank you.
I went to Ivy Tech, and I had taken photography classes there, and we used a lot of continuous lighting there, and we had some flash photography, but they were like not the best flashes. They were alien bees, which are like, they work.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. But at USI, we have fancier flash, like we have Profoto flashes and Gotics, which the Profotos are definitely better. But my photography professor Rob Dickus, he
have we talked to him? No, we've not talked to him.
He would be a good person to have on. He has the amount of stories this motherfucker has. He makes shit up too, though. So he'll just lie,
dude. I like
just
that.
for fun.
I like that.
But he
just for fun.
Yeah. So like I never know if he's telling the truth about some crazy shit that he's said happened.
Fuck it. Good story is a good story.
I wanted to show you this, Drew. Have you seen where like people are taking their rolls of film
Yes,
and
I've seen
sea
this.
salt, and then they mix it like water in it, and then they go soak it for 2 hours, and then they get it developed, and it puts all this.
Yeah, I've seen people do it with like sand and ocean water and like leaves and shit.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah,
I saw it last night.
I just now got my first roll of film developed.
You got all.
I wasn't paying attention to what was on the
You
screen.
come into my house, you suck my dick, and you call me gay? What? Sorry, that's
I need that.
That's all I took from that fucking IG.
Then I also wanted to show this on air because I send Brian like car crashes all the time, and it's
Watch the volume. Don't blast our ears out.
yeah, it's not playing any volume.
Okay. When that one friend's 99 reels and it's nothing but fatal car crash. I have to watch them all because I'm a good friend.
Because I send Brian fucked up shit all the time of like,
yeah, dude, this dude just gets dolly-wopped in that one. He's dead. Yeah, it's a dead man right there.
all the
fuck,
time
dude.
of people.
What? Okay, so let's
dying.
back to Drew. Less about fucking people dying in horrific car accidents. Okay, so Louisville does the expo goes great. The after party not great, or the lead up party not great. But then what happens the next weekend? Didn't you had one other trip?
This
or a shoot
still in Louisville.
Yeah.
Another thing happened. My fucking car got broken into.
Jesus.
So I was parked in this like $5 lot, and I'd been there all weekend. And on the last day, we like went to the expo for a little bit, went out to eat, and I go back to my car because I was leaving earlier than everyone else.
Yeah.
I get back to it, and I ride up on a fucking bird scooter, so I feel like goofy as hell. That was faster than walking.
They're low key fun.
They are really fun.
Dude, fucking Gen Z. Just wiling out. He's like, yeah, I rolled up to my car on a scooter.
But I walk up and I look in the window and I'm like, that seems really messy. And I open the door and there's just like change thrown everywhere. They emptied out my entire like glove compartment and they smoked a cigarette in there. I had a pack with like 5 or 6 cigarettes left in it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't really
was
smoke
it from the
cigarettes,
lady at the gas station?
I'm pretty sure it was the same pack. Yeah.
Call back.
But they smoked a cigarette in my car, ashed all over the place, but they
Sons of
didn't
bitches.
take the rest of the cigarettes, which seemed weird to me.
Is any of your camera gear missing?
No, because I had my actual cameras and my laptop with me, but in my trunk I had like a tripod and
all gone.
no, that they didn't. I don't even think they looked at my trunk because
Fucking tards.
they didn't take any of it. I had like a shoulder mount, a tripod, something else, but that was they didn't. I don't think they took anything. They just made a mess and like
Smoked a cigarette.
and ashed everywhere. And then
No fucking respect.
I had a cup of change in my car, and they didn't take the change. They just dumped it in my cup holders and all over the place. Which, like, don't be picky. If you're gonna break into my car looking for money, take the fucking change.
They only took the quarters out.
Not even like fucking.
They're gonna fucking smelt them down.
I had a bottle of ibuprofen in there too, and they took the lid off that. So I assumed they were looking for cash and drugs.
Yeah,
which I had ibuprofen and change. So
that's
but
lose-lose.
I also had Narcan in my car.
They took it.
Because they didn't, which I'm kind of disappointed in them. Take the fucking Narcan. It was free. You can have it. You need it, apparently.
Right.
I'm probably not going to use it.
God bless her. Well, unless you pick up another lady at a gas station and she has an episode.
Well, that's a possibility.
And then let's talk a little bit. You filmed a wedding since we've been gone.
Yeah.
Well, you had to do both photo and video, which is like a weird dynamic to do.
Yeah, it wasn't a super big wedding, so it wasn't too bad.
Solo project?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
So it was my friend's mom, so I kind of had her help me out a little bit, and like I had my friend shoot with my other camera for
you
certain
kind of got
things.
the settings toned in, and
then it was a really nice wedding. The venue was beautiful, but it was in a basement, and they had like Edison bulbs, so it was
low light,
dark and yellow as shit.
Yeah.
So editing, I had to go through and fix every single one, and it was like so noisy. Which, have you used Lightroom or Photoshop? They have a new like
anti-noise AI.
Yes,
yeah,
it works really well actually.
I'll have to try it.
Neat. What is noise? I don't know what that
noise is. Just like like if it's dark, you have to crank your ISO way up, and it just like is more staticky. Like
basically, it looks like TV static kind of, and it shows up the most in like dark areas.
What is that staticky? Because I know what you're talking about. When you like increase the brightness of a.
It just doesn't have the information for that because it's so dark.
So it makes it static.
Yeah.
Or like tries to autofill it or something. And then this, when you do like a noise reducer, does that just like erase?
To a degree.
You lose some detail.
It kind of softens the image. It kind of just makes like 4 pixels into 1 pixel.
Okay. But this AI one is pretty tight though.
Yeah, it worked pretty well.
Did it go fast? You just like select 30 images and it's just like... Brrr.
I don't know that you can do multiple at once.
Yeah, you got to do one at a time.
I wish you could, because I would have just done all of them. But
a lot of things like that too. Like, so you can create a preset. So like if you're in a wedding venue and your lighting hasn't changed throughout the whole scene, sometimes I'll make a preset of just like
apply to all.
Well, yeah, but it's like the basics. Like I know that I'm going to have to make these adjustments on all of them, and you can do that. But a lot of times, certain things like your noise reduction and all that doesn't apply in the preset.
Yeah, so you have to do it.
You have to do it every image,
which is kind of annoying. But I also, my old Lightroom subscription expired, so I had to get a new one. So I lost all my presets. So I had to like go, and the lighting had changed because we shot in a couple different rooms and the light was different. So I had to make like a preset for each room basically.
That's gross.
Dude, it's wild to like think about all the different little bitty things like that that like go into.
I mean, like overall, the photos turned out pretty good.
Were you able to take like screenshots from the video, like how some of them like you can like take a frame from it?
Honestly, I haven't even touched the video yet.
I
need to.
That was gonna be my next question. Is this was 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I sent the photos to the bride today.
So how long does it take typically solo dolo to knock out a wedding project, like post production? Once the wedding's over. How many pictures did you shoot? How much footage do you think you shot?
How
long does it take to edit all that?
I probably shot
1,200?
About 1,000.
Okay. I think Tom said he did one where he shot 2 or something.
I think on your wedding I shot like 2.5.
Yeah,
but it's also like mine wasn't a full day, and it was a fairly small wedding, so
short to the point.
Yeah.
How much footage do you think you shot?
I know I recorded the whole ceremony.
You hadn't touched the video yet.
I don't know exactly what I have, because I know I have like B-roll of just the venue, people like dancing, then the ceremony, and I'm probably going to edit it down to like a minute, but I don't know how much I actually have. I started with like 1,000 photos, got it down to like 200, and I don't really know what the proper amount of photos to deliver to a client is for a wedding.
Have you asked anybody?
I mean, I've looked it up and I've asked people, but in my opinion, it's like, if you think the photo's good, give it to them, however many they want, because they're paying you for their wedding. It's like a very important day.
Yeah.
So I sent her 200 photos.
Yeah,
which is honestly is a decent amount for a wedding.
What did you send us?
I agree. Well, I do things a little differently when I film wedding and video. I'm one of the, I say this lightly, I'm one of the only few in the area that will give you the raw files. A lot of people won't give you raw files.
Oh, like the picture you took that day.
Yeah, so like
no edit.
So like you got 2,500 photos because I took 2,500 photos, and then you got maybe like 150 to 250 actual edited ones from that day.
Yeah, so you're right. You're pretty close to what.
But also like now, if I were to do another, I probably will do it the same way. But like when I do video, I give them all the raw files for video as well, because one, these raw files are just going to get deleted afterwards. So it's like,
why not?
Like how much of my time is just getting put in this trash can? But also like you paid me to be there to do the whole day and everything. But like all my recordings,
if you want to go through 2,500 photos and get like sort through all the out of focus and duplicates of shots, go for it.
Or if you want somebody else's look, my style is a certain way, and if you want a more saturated, poppy Instagram looking photo that like
edit it yourself or send it off
somebody else, I don't care, because you've already paid for me and those images. But like the video aspect, I feel like I'm going to give you all the original files, because it's no different than back in the day when you had somebody holding a camcorder and recording just like your wedding ceremony or, stuff like that.
Yeah. No,
but
agreed.
It's also included in my package, though, is where
I'll
you
probably
can
give them the full clip of the ceremony and then like a highlight reel type thing, like a minute long.
Yeah, like a snip. And I was going to mention that too. I think that's funny, like, because we just got married 3 years ago. During COVID, but it was funny to see like how much you actually shot and then how quick that can all get condensed down into, like 2.5 minutes or whatever. Like it's just quick shot, snip, snap. Like it's so, and it's more baffling to me, like having gotten into like some of the video editing for the podcast with you, but like, it's just so funny, or not funny really, just really, interesting, I guess, that you can take so much information and then like cut it all up into like this beautiful piece of like the whole day,
right?
And knock it out in like basically 1 minute to 2 minutes.
It's wild though, because like some people, like if you're doing a minute long clip, you can just use royalty free music, like we did back in the start of the show or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then like some people want specific songs. And then like, okay, I can put it to this song and I can adjust it, and it might be able to be posted on social media depending on their AI.
Yeah, like you might be able to get away with it, but the sound might get muted or it might get taken off completely.
And so like, it's
but if
weird.
you want it for like personal use with the song, sure.
Right.
Yeah. But if you post it, who knows if it'll stay up.
So when you did this wedding, did you have a schedule of like a rough outline of like the day and the events?
Kind of. It was not, like I said, it wasn't a super big wedding. So we did like a first look and then did some of the family photos. They did the ceremony, did a couple more family photos, and then they did like the cake cutting and dance.
I just wanted to make like a PSA to anybody out there getting married that like, please, for the love of God, get your videographer and a photographer a rough outline of the day.
And if you're a photographer, ask like the event planner or whoever the fuck is in charge
coordinating
for a schedule, and have a shot list, because you will, if you miss something that is important, like
they're gonna hang you.
They're not gonna be thrilled.
If they want that first look and you didn't get it, but like you also didn't know, it's like
agreed.
And like I asked them, I was like, do you want a first look? And they had no idea what that was. And I was like, well, it's basically the first time he sees you in your dress. And they said yes. So
it's wild, man. And the wedding, I feel like the wedding photo gigs, man, you got to be a brave soul to take that on, because like if you fuck that up,
well, and like you got to be like, I feel like a lot of people don't realize how much photographers have to improv or overcome obstacles as they appear. Like for your wedding, I ordered a camera flash that was supposed to be for my camera, and they mailed me the wrong one. So in order to get that flash to work, I had to hold it like to where all the pins hit the right thing in order to get it to flash. And talk about like a nightmare of like, hey, they don't sell
like a flash that is for your camera will misfire and not like so that sounds infuriating.
Yeah, well, especially when I shoot Fujifilm and they don't have any Fujifilm products in the tri-state area. You know, it's not like you can just drive to the store and pick up
and
one.
Like
and you shoot Canon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for video, I have a Blackmagic pocket cinema camera, and then I for photography I do Canon. Okay. And it does decent video too, but usually I'll do the Blackmagic.
I want to hit somebody up and be like, I'll cut you a big deal on your wedding video if you let me shoot the entire thing on my iPhone. Because they're all about Apple ProRes and like the mini Apple movie competitions and everything like that. Like I'll get an Osmo, you know, the phone gimbal or whatever. I mean, but
speaking of gimbals, I think I finally fucking figured out how to balance my shit.
Dude, it's a fucking
get it to
nightmare sometimes.
To like calibrate it before you start, you mean?
Yeah, because like I have had this gimbal for a year or two, and I've tried to use it a couple times, and I like end up just getting frustrated because it is all like shaky and has a mind of its own.
Yeah.
I think I finally got it balanced correctly.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out here in about an hour when I go try to shoot this project that I'm doing tonight.
Okay.
And hopefully it works.
Shit, dude.
Dude, I remember my first gimbal was a pain in the ass. It was like a Chinese knockoff deal. And like it took me like the first 3 times I used it took me like an hour and a half to 2 hours just to get it to balance before I could even
that's why I was late today. I was trying to balance the fucking gimbal.
I've watched you. Is yours like a true gimbal now?
My one now is super smooth and easy.
Wait, do you have a DJI?
Yeah.
So I watched you set it up for the Over the Edge, and I remember watching you like you set it on the trunk of your car or on the ground or whatever, and then you like just kind of it would go one way and then you would counterweight it this way, and it has like a little dot on it that lets you know when you're center or whatever, like basically a level. And then like once you leveled it, yours was super fast though, like it was super
once
quick.
You get it into range, the newer ones now, if you're slightly off, the gimbal system can kind of auto adjust it to level it out.
I think I that just gave me I should mark where I have it.
Yeah, that's what I did on the old one. Is I took one of the colored Sharpies, like those metallic-y ones, and I just put a line there.
And it was so easy to use too. For anyone that's not a photographer, dude, the gimbal is fucking titties, because you had me shooting some stuff for Over the Edge, and I'm the farthest thing from like
once it's balanced and shit,
dude, a blind, deaf, dumb fucking.
Well, and what's cool about mine is you press a button and it folds up and locks once it's balanced. Yeah. And then you press a button and it unlocks and goes right back to.
Mine doesn't do all that.
Yeah, you got to get a DJI, dude. They are titties.
Or you could just borrow mine, you know.
Did you burn 1,000 on that?
No, they're pretty. Like back in the day, they were 1,000 plus.
What was
and
yours?
Then like the one that my old school one that I bought was like still $500. It was like half the price, but now they're pretty. I
think the one I have was like 300 or something.
Yeah, it's by Ronin.
The Bayou Tech.
Yeah, this is the one that we
But
used.
the only thing is you pay now based on price. So like, the Ronin S here is like maybe a couple, we'll say like 300. But then like for Drew, for the Blackmagic, you have to get one that fits the weight of that plus the lens. So like mine with my big lens, like the lens I bought for your wedding, that lens weighs just as much as the camera. So together it's 5 pounds. So it's like you got to get a gimbal that can handle 5 pounds.
10 plus pounds.
Right.
Yeah. Which honestly, that I don't know that I've
checked the weight.
Yeah. It seemed like it was working before I left, but with a Blackmagic, it's a pretty chunky camera, so it might be a little too heavy.
Might
for my
be, dude.
gimbal. I don't know. We'll see.
Check it out.
And dude, I think DJI is coming out like they're trying to own the field in it. Like those wireless mics.
I need to get some of those.
Dude, titties, bro.
Yeah, you've been using the what are your Sures?
No, they're DJI mic right here.
Yeah,
same ones. So they're DJI lav mics or whatever.
Yeah.
What? So you've used them a couple of times that you borrowed from Tom. You like them though? The DJI lav mics.
The other lavs that I have are like cheap ass, super shitty lavs. and they're
What are the
not
shores
wireless,
that you have?
so.
The shores are the plug-in. So like these are like wireless. You can put them underneath, but then like the lav system, it's like a mic that plugs in and you can run it all the way up.
Okay.
And so like it's just a microphone that like it plugs in. You can hide it closer to the person, less visible.
Yeah,
Okay.
like they wanted at this wedding, they wanted their ceremony and like vows recorded. So I, like had them put the lavs that with the guy with the groom. It's pretty easy because you can just clip it on his pocket or something,
Right,
and then just hide it in his jacket. With the bride, you're like, how the fuck can I put this on you without having it show through like the lace? And so basically, it was like tucked.
Flip
like
it to
right
the back,
above.
small of the back.
Yeah, right in there, and then ran the wire up, and it like sat on the top of her boob.
You're over here like fondling his soon-to-be wife.
Well, you let them
No,
do
I
it when
had,
they put their dress on.
It was my friend's mom, so I just had my friend do it.
God damn! You're like, hey, pardon me while I put
Sometimes-
this on your tits.
Sometimes I cheat it and I mic up the groom and the preacher, and then so sometimes
I
you get a
probably
little.
would have worked out and picked up her audio, but I didn't. I just wanted to make sure.
I think that's funny though, because like you mic them up, right, and they're mic'd up, so like you can hear the audio anytime you hit record on your camera.
Yeah.
And so like when you're going through the wedding footage, you kind of get to hear some like
Backdoor
like-
stuff.
yeah, so
before
like
they walk out.
yeah, or like I did one wedding and like the dude was like talking to the guy officiating the wedding. He was like a rednecky officiator or whatever, and he was like, "Look at that chick," you know, or like, or this last wedding I did, they both had the candles lit and they both lit the candle, and you hear the bride to the groom. She's like, for some reason, I just want to blow it out, you know? And so, like, you just hear little things like that make you laugh on the back end, you know?
Dude, he's like getting ready to walk out, and he like talks to his best man. He's like, "Dude, I think I just shit myself."
Right.
Jesus,
it's kind of
Christ,
funny.
dude.
And they got a range on them, too. That's like 500 feet or something. So, like, even if they're
Nice.
not in sight, like,
Nice.
yeah.
Dude, I think weddings. I stand by my previous statement, though. If you take on a wedding, man, that's a bold strat, dude. Because you
Yeah.
can fuck something up, and that's like someone's biggest.
I
day.
wonder if you do a lot of short films, though. I wonder if it would be easier to, instead of a Rode mic, use like a Rode mic on top of your camera. I wonder if it'd be easier to use those wireless mics.
That's what I'm doing today because my Blackmagic doesn't have a hot shoe on the top of it, so I can't put my microphone on it. Like I could
Ooh.
plug it in, but it wouldn't have anywhere to like attach.
No. Yeah, so you'd have to fucking hold it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna use the lavs.
Fucking boom while you're fucking.
Yeah,
Those guys are crazy.
which I mean,
have to
you
get a
could
separate-
you could do a boom, but I don't have like the pole, and I just have a shotgun mic that is supposed to attach to the top of your camera.
Yeah,
So
interesting, dude. Okay, so shot the wedding, and then if I'm not mistaken, and then the next couple weeks after that, or the next couple pods that we did after that, I think you were just were you working?
yeah, I've been working a lot, and then I have been shooting some stuff for school, and I don't know. I've just been busy.
What
LIVIN, dude.
what's some advice that you learned over the last few weeks that you would give to somebody that's like
Ooh, maybe from the
not
expo?
taking the courses and stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, fuck.
You had to take in a wealth of knowledge at that expo.
Yeah, but as soon as you ask me about it, I'm like, fuck, I don't know.
What was the number one thing that was just like blew your fucking mind? Of course-
Basically, the one thing that really stood out to me is like if you're trying to shoot with like flash photography.
explain
with-
that. What's flash photography?
So if you
Like just
have,
photography with a flash.
I mean, yeah, you can do like the camera mounted flash,
Mhm.
like Tom was talking about,
Yeah,
and you just put it on top of your camera.
yeah.
Or you can have like the Profoto or Godix or whatever flashes set up on stands, and you'll have a transmitter and receiver,
I got you.
and so they'll just fire when you take a photo.
And just
Nice.
like he was mentioning, like the 3 points, like you can set up the flashes
Yeah.
at like 3 or 4 different flashes.
Yeah,
they
and you
all
just
fire
have to
in
have
sync.
one receiver, and then you can put the other ones on
I
slave
got you.
mode,
I
and they'll
got
go
you.
off.
So I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry, I just don't know
You're
what
good.
flash photo is. But in regards to
Basically,
flash photo,
I mean, I've learned both from the expo and from this studio lighting class that I'm in.
Hmm.
It's like, you can do so much shit, and you can change the mood of a photo completely based off of like shadows and the angle. Like you can have a 90-degree like mid light, and it's gonna be like the good and evil like split on your face. And I also learned that if you're using gels and you want like a colored background, or you want like half of their face to have a certain color on it, that color is going to show up best in shadows. So you want it to be dark. So like if you are shooting with a white background, you want to block as much light off of your background as possible, because the white is going to absorb the color and it's just going to wash it out.
Yeah.
So either like angle it away or like flag it so just your subject is lit, which flag just means block the light.
Yeah.
And I'm just regurgitating random shit that I can remember from the expo.
Did they do any of these like reflective panels or anything like that?
Yeah, they
Have you ever used these?
Yeah, I have a reflector that I use sometimes, but like half the time people are just using like big like foam boards or like poster boards basically that are either black or white to
help
either
absorb
block light or
splash.
or bounce it.
Yeah.
And so that is something that I'm kind of picking up on.
Dude, I bought one of these, and I thought it was one of these little ones, and I bought like a 6-foot one.
No, mine's probably 3 or 4 feet.
It's huge. It's a pain in the ass to get to like fold down into the circle.
It just
and
opening it so easy. Trying to put it back in the fucking bag.
It just twists into quarters, basically, doesn't it? Like you just like
you have to like
a tent.
Yeah,
kinda.
mine folds 4 times. It's a nightmare.
God, it's like
but like a lot of these things, so like
finger
you know, this one has a stand, but if you get one, like so does this one. But like some of them, you almost have to have a whole separate person there just to hold and reflect light.
Mine just has handles that like either you have to hold it yourself or someone else has to hold it.
Need a crew to run one of these fucking bad boys, dude.
Yeah.
That's interesting, dude. So, I guess we don't really need to cover the darkest moment. I think homegirl losing her tooth or teeth, plural, was probably the darker moment for you. Did you learn anything from her losing her tooth?
Don't get crossfaded.
Yeah, dude. That's no lie.
My piece of advice, if you're going to get crossfaded, smoke before you start drinking and keep smoking throughout the night.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like from my previous smoking days, when I did smoke, which I don't now, but when I did, always smoke first. Because, like, the alcohol is going to come on, I feel like, slower. You're more controlled. You know what I mean? You can have a beer and know, like, okay, we're pushing it. You hit that fucking dab, dude. There's no turning back, dude.
You're like, I could do it. And then you hit it, and you're like...
Dude. Yeah. Like you that day when you went face down in the pod, dude. It's fucking dicey. Fucking dicey, dude. So if you're going to crossfade, smoke first, drink later. Okay, man. So I feel pretty good about it. That's an hour. I feel really solid about it.
It was nice catching up with you.
Yeah, dude. I thought you died. I swear. Fucking Tom told me you might.
Hey, and speaking of dying and passing out on the show, next week we got Steve Matthews, which I'm going to try not to pass out during and in the show.
Yes.
That way.
Thank you for bringing that
Brian's turn. Dude,
honestly, fuck. I'm going to have to do something to make myself pass out. We'll figure it out, though. But yeah, shout out to Steve Matthews. He's coming up next week, dude.
The White Kenyan.
Yeah, dude, the White Kenyan, the fastest man, arguably the fastest man in Evansville.
I think I could beat him in a foot race.
He's a demon, dude. He's a demon.
You think he'd race me?
Yes. It wouldn't be a race.
I mean...
You would be, like, walking.
I know. He does long distance. Maybe he's not good at sprinting.
Dude, he runs, like, 6.5 minute on trails.
Yeah.
He's so fucking
He would
fast.
be out of my sight before I even made it 10 feet.
So, Steve, I'm looking forward to seeing you, brother. Again, guys, we're going to do our best to give him his well-deserved, way better outro than we gave him last time.
Maybe we set up a camera on a tripod and run a block, and we all race Steve.
God.
That's the outro.
Yeah, that'll be the outro. God, we should just write down Harmony Way, block traffic, and just do a 30, 40-yard dash.
I was just even from the end of the street to the light pole.
Oh, it'd be embarrassing.
Yeah.
For all of us. But no, I'm excited.
Before we head out.
Yeah.
Of the three of us,
Yeah.
who's winning in a foot race?
Oh, hands down, it's me.
Well, it depends on the distance. I think I can get you in a short, like a 40, maybe 100-yard dash.
No, you don't stand a chance.
If it's like 50, I think I might.
50 meters?
All right.
Yeah.
Next week,
I
we
might
set up
have you.
3 tripods on Modern Day's football field at 40, 80, and 100 yards, and we see.
I don't think you guys... Are we going cleats or shoes?
I'll go
I don't own
shoeless.
cleats.
You don't have cleats? And we can't do turf. We got to do pavement.
I did in like middle school when I did.
They got a track next to it.
How prepared are you guys? How are you? How dare
I'm gonna
you
do it with
challenge me?
I
when you
don't
own cleats.
Don't exercise. I don't own cleats.
Do not
But
challenge me.
I'm gonna do it barefoot.
I think I could. I have no validity to like back this up. I think I could take you in a foot race.
Just feel it. The only thing that I would say to that is I think it would be me due to my sheer quadriceps strength. I feel like my sprint, my like lung capacity and my sprint is probably very close to yours, but the power that I'm gonna push with my quads, none of you can keep up with. There's just no way. There's no way. I'm very proud of my quads.
I guess we'll find out.
Dude, I'm fucking pumped. Okay, so thank you guys very much. Another thrilling episode of the Days Grimm where we caught up with Mr. Drew Head. My name is Brian Michael Day.
My name is Thomas Grimm.
I'm Drew Head.
Thank you guys so much. Godspeed.